Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be diving into another session of learning English through storytelling. This video will be split into two parts. In part 1, we'll read a story, and in part 2, we'll define the words we come across. Let's get started. The Adventure of Mia and the Lost Treasure. Once upon a time, in a small village named Riverville, there lived a curious and brave girl named Mia. Mia loved exploring the forests and hills around her home. She was always searching for hidden secrets and exciting adventures. One sunny morning, while walking near the old oak tree by the river, Mia noticed something shiny stuck in the roots. She knelt down and carefully pulled it out. It was an old, rusty key with strange symbols carved on it. Excited by her discovery, Mia decided to show it to her best friend, Tom. Tom was a clever boy who loved solving puzzles. When Mia showed him the key, his eyes lit up with excitement. "This looks like a treasure key," he exclaimed. "We should find out what it opens." The two friends ran to the village library, where they found a dusty old book about the history of Riverville. They discovered that many years ago, a famous explorer named Captain Redbeard had hidden a treasure somewhere in the village before he disappeared. The book mentioned that the key to the treasure was lost, and no one had found it since. Mia and Tom were sure that the key they found belonged to Captain Redbeard. They decided to search for clues about the treasure. The first clue in the book led them to the old lighthouse on the hill. Without wasting any time, they packed their backpacks with snacks, water, and a flashlight, and set off on their adventure. The path to the lighthouse was steep and rocky. Mia and Tom helped each other climb over the big rocks and through thick bushes. When they finally reached the lighthouse, they were out of breath but excited. They looked around for any signs or symbols matching the ones on the key. After a while, Mia found an engraving on one of the lighthouse walls. It was a map. The map showed the lighthouse, the old oak tree, and a hidden cave near the river. "This must be it," said Tom. "The treasure is hidden in the cave." Mia and Tom quickly made their way back down the hill and headed towards the river. They followed the map carefully, crossing a small wooden bridge and walking along the riverbank until they found the cave entrance. It was covered in vines and looked dark and mysterious. Taking a deep breath, Mia and Tom switched on their flashlight and stepped inside. The cave was cold and damp, and their footsteps echoed off the walls. As they went deeper, they saw strange markings on the cave walls that matched the symbols on the key. Finally, they reached a large, round door made of stone. In the center of the door was a keyhole with the same symbols as their key. Mia's hands trembled with excitement as she inserted the key into the lock and turned it. The door creaked open, revealing a small room filled with chests and old artifacts. Mia and Tom carefully opened one of the chests and gasped. It was filled with gold coins, sparkling jewels, and ancient scrolls. They couldn't believe their eyes. They had found Captain Redbeard's lost treasure. "We should tell everyone in the village," said Mia. "This treasure belongs to all of us." Tom agreed. They gathered as much treasure as they could carry and made their way back to Riverville. The villagers were amazed when Mia and Tom showed them the treasure. The village elders decided to use the treasure to build a new school, fix the old buildings, and create a park for the children to play in. Mia and Tom became heroes in Riverville. The village celebrated their bravery and curiosity with a big feast. Mia's adventure had not only brought excitement and fun, but also helped her village become a better place for everyone. From that day on, Mia and Tom continued to explore and search for new adventures, always remembering the day they found the lost treasure and brought joy to their village. And so, Mia's story became a legend in Riverville, inspiring other children to be brave, curious, and always ready for an adventure. That brings us to the end of our story. I hope you all enjoyed it. Now, let's move on to part 2 of this video. Here are some of the words we encountered, and we'll go through each one. Steep. This term is often used to describe a slope, flight of stairs, or angle that rises or falls sharply, making it almost perpendicular. For example, a steep hill is difficult to climb because it goes up very quickly. Similarly, a steep staircase has steps that are tall and close together, making the ascent or descent more challenging. Path. A path refers to the course or direction in which a person or thing is moving. It can be a physical track or way that people or animals follow, such as a trail through a forest. It can also refer to a more abstract direction or route one takes in life, like choosing a career path. Damp. This word means slightly wet, often in an unpleasant way. For instance, if you leave your clothes out in the rain for a short time, they might not be soaked but will be damp. It can describe anything from a misty morning air to a basement that feels a bit clammy because of moisture. Chests. Chests are large, strong boxes typically made of wood, used for storage or transport. Historically, chests were used to store valuable items like gold and jewels, or everyday items like clothing and household goods. They are often associated with treasures and can be found in various contexts, from pirate stories to household storage solutions.